Hi, I'm Ernie Conover. A great starting point for the beginning bowl turner is to turn a very traditional bowl. Standard shape, open form, fairly thick wall. It's a good way to learn to use the tools, but once you get the use of the tools down pretty good, it's fun to branch out a bit, no pun intended, and turn what are called natural edge bowls. I have here a piece of wood that is reversed. Well, in this bowl, we put the outside of the tree as the base of the bowl. We're now making the outside of the tree the rim, and we're going to leave that rim exactly the form that nature made it, giving us an irregular edge. Now the bark is fallen off this piece because it was harvested about a month ago and it's July. But if you want the bark to stay on, you need to harvest the tree in the cold months of the year. That would be December through the end of February here in northeastern Ohio. That being said, if you're trying to leave the bark on, it isn't bad to have a bottle of water-thin super glue handy that you can treat that bark as you turn and stabilize it and increase the bonding to the wood itself. You can also often get away with turning a piece harvested in the warm months if you get right at the edge with super glue as you turn the shape. Well, enough palaver. Let's turn this bowl. We're going to turn the outside first. We're turning it between centers. This is a case where you want a traditional 4-spur or even better a 2-spur center. You can make a 4-spur into a 2 by grinding 2 of the tines off. And it really is better because you can grab at 2 level places here and get plenty of traction and not have the piece come out of the lathe, where a 4-spur tends to want to drive it towards the tine that isn't grabbing. We're going to make a fairly tall, thin shape for a natural edge bowl, bringing this down to a small diameter at the base that we can grab in either a glue block or in a 4-jaw chuck. I've just sharpened my tool for the last pass here to get a really nice smooth finish. Using a very sharp tool for my final pass, I got a pretty decent finish right off the tool. I then lightly sanded this with some 120 grit paper. Part of natural edge bowls is not to overly sand or overly finish them. The idea is to emphasize nature's work here. Our next step is to use a scraper to just scrape a straight tenon on here with a little ledge that our chuck jaws can register against, or the edge of a hole in a glue block, either one. I've mounted a piece of dried maple on a faceplate with 4 screws, and I've scraped up mortise in here that exactly fits my tenon. And the shoulder registers against this face, which I've scraped flat. I will now take some medium viscosity cyanoacrylate glue and apply some glue around the mortise. And I'm going to spray a catalyst on this piece so that when I put them together, the glue will set very rapidly. All right, I'm very close to the final inside form for this little bowl. I want this wall to be pretty thin. I'm constantly checking it without the lathe running. I can just run my fingers down and kind of see that I've got a good even wall down to about here, and then it's curving in. You also want to take depth checks once in a while, just sight off the rim, and I'm about this deep right there. Let's take one final cut here, and I'm going to make this wall just a bit thinner. You want a natural edge bowl to have a fairly thin rim in the 1/4 inch range. I've raised my rest a little bit. Now I'll go to the bowl gouge and complete that cut. Very hard to get the bottom of this absolutely perfect. A big round nose scraper can be a good way to finalize the shape of the very bottom. Good walls. This is a good time to sand the inside. You never want to put your hands inside of a natural edge bowl. It's just too dangerous. So a good trick is I use my tool handle actually, is I just tape with some masking tape a piece of sandpaper around this foam rubber handle on my turning tool, and I can go in there easily. You can turn such a sort of blunted dowel and put some foam rubber around it and tape some sandpaper on that. Will also work. But you can see I can now come in and very safely sand this without getting hurt in any way, shape, or form. Now we're going to go in and kind of feel this. So I'm going to want to come from about here up in a curve and around and reduce that base a bit. It's now time to part off. What I've done is found the highest point on the rim and placed a pencil eraser against the bottom of the bowl, and I'm lining up my thumbnail with this high point, and I then drawn a pencil line just under where the bottom is. Now it's simply a matter of parting it off. So there's our finished bowl. There's a bit of a nub in here yet, but I'll remove that later with a carving gouge and some hand sanding. But it sits nicely on the banjo. We've even left a tunnel left by the ash borers that killed this ash. But they delight, they're very light. They're not terribly useful. You can put peanuts or M&Ms in it, but they're mostly art. But they're a great skill builder. Fun to turn. Give it a try.